This album is a classic right here. If you want to go get it, you know what you do. Now, let's talk about the songs. The songs on this album has a mixture of rock, R&B, hip-hop, even Fuji.
I told you the last time.
Yes, you did. Yes. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Just break it down right now. This is the only album that I have right now that I can pop in my car. The little kids, my nieces and nephews sing along. And I sing along to it. So we're not fighting for like, oh yeah, play this one, play that one. So this has completely cut across generations, cut across age gaps, cut across race as well. Tell me about, firstly, let's talk about Bakurumo. You made a definition at the press conference. You said Bakurumo is to come up and dance. Let me tell you what I thought Bakurumo was. Just get close to that girl. That's what I'm thinking. Like Bakurumo. And you kept on calling these girls. Do you know Alimo? Is there an
what the funniest is that the funniest is let's
come on, man. Tolani.
The funniest thing is that when I wanted to do that song like Bakurumo, I was like, I have to actually make this really Fuji, because if I'm gonna go Fuji, then I should go Fuji all the way. But I still tried to maintain that Wizkid sound. You know, I didn't want to lose my fans, so like I had to still maintain like a little bit of that Wizkid sound. But I had to go all the way like Fuji. So like if you hear a Fuji song, you're about like back in the day. Let's be realistic. If your name is Alima, they don't call you Alima. They call you Alimo. You understand? So it's like, don't be shy. That's your name, Alimo. You are the baddest girl in the world. So don't do. So you know, like I was just coming up with names, and I came up with 10years. You know, 10years is actually like one of the most popular names. You know, right? So like,
how many 10years do you know personally?
A lot. I can't
closely, intimately.
None. Trying to put me on the spot. No. No, but I was just coming about, like the names just kept coming, like 10years. Then when I wanted to do that, Alima, I thought about it, Alima. Alima. You know, you have to call it the way it is so that people like the people can appreciate the song. That's why actually like the street is actually like, apart from, I was even shocked the song is actually big in London, because I didn't think it was going to be big. Do you understand? Like but in Lagos, like in Nigeria, it is crazy, like it's insane. Like, you know, like the street, like that is what they understand. Like, you know, that is our music. We can't run away from our music. It is our culture. We are Yoruba people. We love to dance. We love to hail ourselves in the songs. We love to call like if you go for Yoruba pies, man, you want to get you want them to spray you money. That is wait, you have to spray that money. Yeah, that's the most important thing, man.
Absolutely, man. The song, like you said, the song was just a killer. It's a banger. We went out to the Afrobeats night with DJ Abranti. Shout out to DJ Abranti.
And DJ Abranti,
absolutely, man.
He blew that song up in the UK, man. Shout out to him, man. He's a great guy.
He put the song on, and the dance floor went bananas. Like, this was, I was listening to Fuji at a club in the UK, and people were dancing crazy. You know, I had to shout out. I'm Nigerian too. That's one of the moments when you could identify with your people and say, look, we're doing something huge here. Afrobeats music, you know, the DJs have completely shown you guys love. Ice Prince said it, you know, Wizkid, Banky WLD. You guys have taken the music to a different level. Now, Bakurumo on its own, it completely tore up the dance floor. For me, you know, being a fan of the 90s hip-hop and swing, whenever Banky W comes onto your track, he gives me that feel. Let's start with Wine. Is it Wine?
Slow Wine.
Slow Wine, man. Tell me about that song. Why did he decide to jump on that track?
No, and the funniest thing is, when I did that song, like really, I was in the studio with Sam Clef, and I was like, yo, Sam Clef, I have this, like, I just want something like that old school reggae feel. Like, I wanted something like, you know, really, really, really reggae, like the old school reggae. You know, they have, like, it's actually very, very sweet. It's very sweet to the ears and stuff. So I just said, give me that. And it just kept on. And the chorus came, because immediately I hear a bit, something just comes to my head. So I just went, baby girl, see, I love the way you whine it. Say me, I love the way you whine it. So, you know, like, if I finished that, immediately I did my verse. I did the first verse. Then nothing came for the second verse. And I was just like, I want Banky on the song. Like, Banky should jump on this song. I mean, I got home, I just told him, boss, man, I had this song, you have to jump on. I was like, okay, cool, I would like to listen. And he heard it, and he was like, you know?
He killed
Sick
it.
shit. I like Banky ripped that song.
He kills it, man. Banky W completely killed that song. Shout out. Now the third track I wanted to talk about. Let's leave all the giddy girl. Oh my God. But let's just leave that aside. Like all those tracks, I want to talk about the ones that really spoke to me. Oluwaloni. That's a rock tune that you use to praise God. Tell me about the combination.
Nah, the thing is, like I told you, like I work a lot when I'm in the studio. So whenever I'm in the studio, I try as much as possible to like come up with new ideas, something fresh. But when I was doing Oluwaloni that day, I wasn't kind of excited. I was in a very funny mood, you know. Like I just called Jay Sleek and I was like, "Yo, where are you?" And he said it was a Festac, and I drove all the way like 2 hours. I was in traffic, you know. I was just thinking about stuff, and I got into the studio. I just said, "Hey, yeah, let's do something," and I started doing the beat. These lyrics just started coming, because the thing is, when you're talking about yourself, when you're talking about your story, you don't need to think too much, because it is your life. It is what you've went through. So like when I was doing the song, I just kept on thinking about all the stuff that I've gone through when I started this music. Like, you know, a lot of people underrated me. Like, trust, a lot of people underrated me, and a lot of people said a lot of bad stuff about me as well. Like, a lot of people didn't think I was gonna go far. So like, I just had to put that in my music. I wanted my fans to feel that part of me. I wanted them to. I'm a real guy. I'm a very real person. I'm just cool like that. I'm real, man. You know, I wouldn't go on a track and I'll be talking about stuff that don't happen to me. I'm talking about blings and stuff and like, you know, going fights. I don't do that. You know, this is my life, so this is my music. So I just try as much as possible to balance stuff. So I just talk about my stories. That's about it. I've gone through a lot, boss. I've gone through a lot to actually record like 6 albums. Trust me.
I know, man. Finally, before we drop this, just keep checking that album out. The final song that just, you know, that I felt I needed to speak about, because it describes your team. It describes the EME boys. It describes every single person in that group was that EME boys. Now, I said it gives me a hip-hop 90s feel. Why? Because when I'm listening to the track, it lets me appreciate my friends, the people that support me a lot, and the kind of fun that we've had together. So tell me about the fun that you guys had making that song, Scales, Banky. What was it like in the studio?
It was too interesting, because we did the song at the house, the studio at the house. That was when we just moved into our new house. So like, we were just in the studio trying to record.
Big bucks are flowing now.
You know? So like, we all live together now. So we're just in the studio trying to do something. And I just kept on going. We be killing every show. True, we get the girls dancing on the floor. True, we know go stop. We get a carry go. True, cause they love that EME boy. Don't you love EME boy? Yeah. So like, it's crazy. So it just kept coming, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna kill this. And I did my verse first. And after I did that, then Banky was like, yo, I'm gonna kill this. I'm like, you know, every time Banky's jumping on the track with me, I'm like, scared, isn't it? Yeah. I'm like, oh, this man is get out, you know. But man, shout out to Banky W. It's incredible. Apart from being like an incredible person, like a very good person and a very nice person, is talented. Like, you can tell, like, is really talented. Like, it's full of talent. Like, you know.
That song also gave us a little glimpse into Scales. Yeah. What Scales is going to be bringing? What is happening with Scales right here?
Scales is coming hard. Like, I don't know what you guys. I don't know what you know about Scales right now. I don't know who you think Scales used to be, but I'm telling you, Scales, the EME boy, is coming really hard. You know, like, trust me. I gotta
That's crazy.
I'm excited
you see
about
emotions.
my team. I'm excited about my team.
We're
right
excited
now. Shout out
as
to
well.
my team, man. They're my brothers. They're my people. They're my family, man.